2 centimeter to 1 unit on y-axis, 2 centimeter to 30° on x-axis. From the x-axis, this is the x-axis, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. This is the form L. Here is the positive x-axis, here is the positive y-axis. The form 7, here is the negative y-axis, here is the negative x-axis. But from this graph, there is no negative part x-axis. All this side will be omit. That is why the graph will run straight and divide. This side will be omit. So from the graph, the highest value y-axis, if I want to divide the graph here, then I will count from here to up. If it is after 0, jump one line, here is 1, jump one line, here is 2, jump one line, thick line, here is 3, jump thick line, here will be 4. So again, to down, here is 0, jump one thick line, here is -1, -2, -3, -4. Divide here. The highest positive y is 4, is between 3 and 4. It's not up to 4, but it's between 3 and 4. Here is the origin. Jump 1 centimeter to 1 unit. Here is 1, jump 2, 3, 4. So here is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. The same thing, -1, -2, -3, -4. But because my graph will not be enough to use 2 centimeter to 30° on x-axis, I'm using 1 centimeter to 30° in this case of my x-axis. Here is 30°, here is 0, here is 30°, here is 90°, here is 60°, here is 90°, here is 120°, here is 150°, 180°, 210°, 240°, 270°, 300°, 330°, here will be 360°. So I'm using 1 centimeter to 30° on x-axis. If I use 2 centimeter to 30° on x-axis, the graph will not be enough to label the value of x. So here is 330°, here is 300°, here is 270°, here is 210°, here is 180°, here is 150°, here is 120°, here is 9. So here is 1 centimeter to 30°, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 270, 300°, 330, 360°. When x is 0, y is 2.0. X is 0. This is y. This is 2.0, the thick line. At this point, y is 2, value of x is 0. When x is 30°, the value of y is 3.0. Here is 30, then trace the thick line. This is 3, then the thick line, then circle. From this thick line, y is 3, x is 30. When x is 60°, y is 3.6. Here is 3. Each box is 0.1. This is 3.5. After the thick line, the next line is 3.6. When x is 90 degree, y is 3.0. This is 90 degree. This is the 3.0. This point, x is 90, y is 3.0. When x is 120 degree, y is 1.6. 120, trace it. This is 1. Each box is 0.5 y-axis. This is 1.5. 1.6 is the next line. When x is 150 degree, y is minus 0.2. This is the negative part of y-axis. 150. After the thick line, the next line is minus 0.1. The second line is minus 0.2. When x is 180 degree, y is minus 2.0. The negative part of y is at the down. 180, trace the thick line. This is minus 2.0. At this point, x is 180, y is minus 2.0. When x is 210 degree, y is minus 2.5 minus 3.0. When x is 240 degree, y is minus 3.6. This is 3.0, 3.5. After the thick line, the next line is minus 3.6. When x is 270 degree, y is minus 3.0. When x is 300 degree, when x is 300 degree, y is minus 1.6. This is minus 1. This next thick line is minus 1.5. After the thick line, the next line is minus 1.6. When x is 330 degree, y is 0.2. The thick line is 0. The next line is 0.1. The second is 0.2. When x is 360 degree, y is 2.0 up. Here is 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2. Here, this is the point. So, the point is of the form U, then curve. So, you are going to join the points from the beginning to the end, and it will look like the graph of y equals to 3 sine x plus 2 cos x, 0 degree, lexor equals to x, lexor equals to 360 degree. Y is equals to 3 sine x plus 2 cos x.